I'm here to talk to you about the essence of networking. We established credibility yesterday. We touched hearts, and I think to a great number of you, you get to see who we are and we get to see who you are. And that's the first step forward, is it not? Am I welcome in your house? Yes! Can I come in? Yes! Can I come to your house? Yes! Then let's talk about networking. Let's talk about what puts food on the table. Shall we? Yes! Basically what we are going to be doing, we talked about teamwork, we talked about introspection, we talked about building ourselves from within, and all of these things are very important. But what is the essence of networking? If you had to put that into one word, what would be the essence of networking? What would be that word? To love. What is networking in one word? You have one word? He says freedom, love, teamwork, belief, trust, emulate, duty, integrity. You tell me.
Integrity. Networking is in service.
Networking is service. All of those things count. Trust, integrity, loyalty, honor, credibility, freedom, duplication from the technical aspect. All of these things count. But ultimately, the essence of networking is service. If you understand the art of service, then you are understanding how to network. Foolishly, we consider ourselves to be building a network as something that looks like going down. We call ourselves upline and downline, and this is a wrong paradigm. Because in reality, because when you start talking downlines, you think they are below you. And even when you describe them, you say, this fella is down here on this corner below me. Are you with me? He's my downline. And when someone introduces you, they say, hey, this is my upline, as if it is a title or a prestige. Are you with me? Upline, downline is only with regards to a technical data on a graph. Don't get confused. Ultimately, it is service. Ultimately, they are all on top of you. You have to carry them. You have to serve them. Are you with me? Yes. Leadership is about service. That's why true leaders are called servant leaders. Are you with me? They're not called, if a leader is not a servant leader, then he is a despot or a tyrant. Are you with me? That's why to be in service is the ultimate strength of a network leader. You serve your network. When you serve them, they will serve you. You cannot get one without giving the other. Do you understand? Ultimately, when we talk about service, what is service? What does service mean? Azad. Help others. Help others, it says. You accept that? Help others is a good attempt. Care is another part of service. Support is another part of service. Give is the fundamental part of service. Service is about giving, not taking. Are you with me? It is about giving and not taking, because there is true strength in giving. In this particular business, there is no other way for you to be truly successful than to give. You cannot sit and do numbers. You cannot say to yourself, I got so many people on the left, so many people on the right. When am I going to hit a check? If you keep on doing that, your mindset will always be small. Do you understand? You don't progress from, when you start, you can relate to this. When you start, you can say, I have this $400 check, I have this next $800 check, I'm going on to my next check, etc., etc. But you don't want to remain there forever, do you? Do you want to remain where you are? No. You cannot. As Patman said yesterday, you cannot begin to be a millionaire unless you are already thinking like one now. Are you with me? Yes. Wealth is not money in the bank. Wealth is not your bank statement. Wealth is a state of mind. Do you understand me? Yes. If you take Mr. Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, Steve Jobs, any number of people out there, and you took away every penny they got, and you put them back on the street, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to stay broke? Let's say you exchanged bank accounts with them. Right? You got $100 million and they get $100 or whatever it is you have. You with me? You exchange bank accounts with them. Do you know what will most probably happen? You will not know how to hold on to $100 million. You will not know what to do with it. You will not know how to invest it. In the words of Howard Hughes was, alongside with John Paul Getty, probably, arguably the world's first millionaires. Are you with me? Billionaires. This is going back to the 1950s. So, arguably one or either of them were very close. They became billionaires within a short time. So, people went up to them and the reporters asked them, how did you do this? How does it feel to have $1 billion? Are you with me? And Howard Hughes' answer was very simple. He said, ultimately it is only a benchmark. Are you with me? Beyond a certain point, there's only so much you can eat, so much you can keep, so much you can utilize, right? So they said, don't you feel guilty? There are so many millions of people starving all over the world and you have over $1 billion. And his answer to that was very simple. He said, if the Lord decided to take all the money in the world right now, and divide it equally among everybody. Are you with me? In the first day, 1/3 of the world would have lost. When he's talking first day, he's talking biblically, right? That means it could be a year, whatever, a certain span of time. Are you with me? He's just talking rhetorically. So he's saying, in the first day, every 1/3 of these people would have lost the money. Either gambled it away through basically wine, woman or song. Are you with me? On the second day, those of them who still had the money would basically be robbed of it, cheated by it, done the wrong business deal, given it here, given it, don't know what to do. Are you with me? And by the third day, the rest of them would have lost the money through simply not knowing how to hold it. And by the end of the third day, the world will be back to where it is right now. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Yes. And what does he mean by that? He means, very simply put, it's not enough to have the money in the bank. It has to be a lot deeper than that. Are you with me? Yes. Because making money is not something you can pick up in college or in university. If you did, then every PhD in finance would be a multi-billionaire, wouldn't he? Everybody who's got a PhD in finance or commerce or international banking or whatever would be a multi-millionaire. Am I right? How many PhDs in finance you know even have $1 million? Most of them are catching a bus on their way to university to teach. Am I right? Most people who have a PhD in finance are trying to teach someone else. But making $1 million is not something that's academically orientated. It is something to do with an art, a state of being, a mental attitude. Are you with me? And if you're going to take it that far, it is wealthy is a state of mind. You either are or you're not. If Mr. Gates lost every penny he had, he would totally build it up again. Within 6 months, he would be halfway to where he was before. And in 1 year, he will be better than where he was before. Are you with me? Because he knows how to do this. And there is no rhyme or reason to the process. If you try to approach a farmer, sometimes they can, basically touch the water, hold it up in the wind, and they know whether it's going to rain. Yes? You have that in Cambodia? They have no weather report, so what do? You put your finger and you feel the wind and you can say, it's going to rain today. Yes? In Sudan, you can do that. Some people feel little pain in the hand and they say, my rheumatism is kicking in, so it's going to rain today. Yes or no? And more often than not, they can be right. And even the best weather experts in the world cannot predict whether it's going to rain today. They are wrong just as much as they are right. Am I right? The weatherman is improving in his accuracy year to year, but the weather keeps defeating him. Take a look at New Orleans right now. If they knew that the storm was going to be of this magnitude, would they not have already cleared the city? With all the technology and resources they had, they still cannot predict. Are you with me? And the same applies to the art of being successful. So, what is it then that is the essence? In our industry, the essence is service. There is no other way, there is no simple way, there is no shortcut, and there is no way to quantify this. You cannot say, okay, if I do this and this and this, this is how much I'm going to earn. That's not how it works. Are you with me? You basically look at it as if you are building up momentum. Are you with me? and you need the full momentum to complete what needs to be done. And there is very little that you can do to judge this. So you have to be, in essence, in a state of service, which requires you to be serving without trying to calculate. Are you with me? Serving without quantifying. Serving in a selfless manner. Service above the self. Hence, you have to be in service. And that is the essence of networking. To be in service. And when you take around and look at all these people standing there, many of your uplines are there. And they're serving you. Now, where else in the world does this happen? In what other industry in the world does it happen? If you go to work for a bank, your bank chairman comes in, what happens? Everybody stands at attention, right? Does he come and serve you? And yet in this industry, there is no shortcut. You have to serve. You have to serve lovingly, with love, in your heart, not in terms of looking upon service as, hey, this is a methodology for me to make money. Are you with me? This is a way for me to make money. Therefore, I will use it like a mechanism. No. It cannot be a mechanism. It has to come from here. And there are all the other things you talked about, trust, integrity, love, all of these things will follow. Are you with me? When you meet a stranger in the street, you don't automatically love the guy, do you? When you meet a stranger walking past you in the street, do you automatically go hug him and say, I love you? Then you'll end up in an asylum. Are you with me? They'll lock you up and throw away the key. Or you get charged with attempted rape. Yes? But if you were walking on the street and your little child ran across the street, right? And this guy came out of nowhere, threw himself on your child and saved her. You going to hug him? Yes. You going to care for him? Yes. Just in an instant, everything has changed. This stranger who came from nowhere, you don't know his name even. You would not normally think of hugging somebody you don't even know the name of. Am I right? Yes. But yet, in that instant, you do exactly that. You pick him up, you hug him with tears in your eyes. Do you not? Yes. Can you conceive of this? Yes. Can you understand me? Yes. And if you can do this, then imagine what made you do this, because he just did you a very great service. Did he not? If it was your mother or your child, someone you love, and it was saved, do you not owe him? Are you now closer to him? He has done you a great service. How would you quantify that service? Can you put $1 check to it and say, hey, this is how much it is worth? Can you put a price to it? That is the power of service. And yet we take it for granted. We take it for granted. We don't even stop to thank people in this rat race that we live in today. We are so focused on our lives, You know, going to work, coming back, this and that. Someone opens a door for you, you walk into a hotel, you don't even, the guy doesn't exist, he's Mr. Invisible. Am I right? I mean, the first few days you guys came in here, these people standing in the back were invisible to you. You came in here for the excitement of the conference, you know, you just traveled a long distance, you had so many issues on your head. At that moment in time, did you even see them? You walked right past them. In fact, if at all, they annoyed you. Do they annoy you now? Do they annoy you now? No. Do they deserve a round of applause? See, the essence of leadership, and these people are leaders in their own right, is that their ability to serve willingly, silently, patiently, persistently, perseverantly, and ask nothing back. So in return for that, what price can you pay? Do they have your trust? Yes. And they have your love? Yes. And they have your respect? Yes. Now what more can be more powerful than that? This is leadership. This is networking. This is the meaning of success in what we do, which makes us the most glorious, most wonderful industry in the world. Are you with me? Yes. Which is why I can stand here and say, I am not GMD first. I am not managing partner first. I am a networker first. On behalf of them who are in service now, because we are in service too, Japa, Kurt, I, and the associate partners who are standing there. Ranjit, where are you? In service. On behalf of all of them, I say to you, thank you for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much. Do you understand the essence of networking? Yes. And what is it? And that is par excellence, ladies and gentlemen. Par excellence in service. You will never fail, as we will never fail you. Thank you very much.